give you a little introduction of these ENERTIA Awards also, which we do. We have done ENERTIA Awards, and that is the leading award in the whole of South Asia. ENERTIA Awards are India's awards for sustainable energy and power. So we always felt that we were doing the energy thing. We had the ENERTIA publication, which is now ISSN registered international publication. And we had the other publication, Markenomy, which covered the infrastructure and the other areas of the economy. And we started in 2013, and we gave the first Markenomy Awards in Mumbai. And these are the second awards. In 2014, because of fluid political condition, we didn't do the awards. Because a lot of controversy, a lot of issues in the infrastructure sector. We all know that, what we went through. And now there's the easing up, and I thought, right time to move, because this was a sector that suffered. You know, energy was always complicated. Pranav is here, he knows what I'm saying. Other than that, the less complicated thing would be infrastructure. But then we have suffered, you know, most of us, for various reasons, and everybody knows it. And I'm very happy to have this August gathering here. Morning we had a discussion on the Markenomy conclave. It was basically going to be, it will be put on my YouTube location called ENFRAtv, which has 200 odd videos on various issues related to energy, power, infrastructure, water, and even public sector. In fact, we launched a public sector journal exclusively called the PSC Journal in Delhi, and did also an award for the public sector. So that is the new development that happened this year. So we are basically from the publishing area. I have Santosh Goenka, former executive publisher of the Indian Express, happens to be my mentor, and we should give him a big hand for being with us today. A man who brought up screen, you know, as the width is screen, and the other side is Express computers, which became talk of the town because the first B2B publication which hit a lack of circulation. And not only that, then he had a series of stuff including Express Travel and Tourism, Hotelier and Caterer, Pharma Pulse, and the one which I wrote for Express Business Avenues. So many of that. So he is the B2B man who showed the country that this can be done. But of course, as you know, print went through tough times, and Santosh has seen the ups and downs of print. And I was one of them very closely, because I was a reluctant writer. And I was serving a multinational concern called Man Diesel. And I was putting up captive power plant. And one of the power plant was for the Tata cement facility in Andhra Pradesh. The people who come from Andhra will know that. Also, Jindal's captive power plant as their Hisar facility was given by me. Gujarat Ambuja got it for their Modi cement. So I was a captive power man putting the Man Diesel, those 12 megawatt machines with furnace oil in the country. But then, you know, furnace oil, power plants went out because of the sulfur. And I was also fed up with the multinational culture. And that's the reason, you know, the whole thing changed. I came to publishing. We welcome Rita Singh ji, Chairman and Managing Director of MESCO. And I want, Madam, you on the dais, you know. So a woman entrepreneur par excellence. And I tell you, we are very happy to have her here in Gujarat today. So once again, I want energy in this clap, you know. People in infrastructure and energy must show power in the room, sir. Please give a big hand. And my special welcome, a hearty welcome to today's chair, Rakesh Shah, President, Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And we thank you, sir, for being here. Please give him a big hand. We have with us Prakasam Tata. He is an authority in waste and waste engineering, waste management. He has done that for Illiinois, and he's also the director at Center for Waste Technology at Illiinois, and also helps young kids, you know, and be positive and understand this country. He's contributing, and he's also an eminent Rotarian. So Prakasam Tata ji is absolutely a father figure for us. Please give him a big hand. And we have none other than my colleague Hetal Mehta, who is my joint president in Renewable Promotion Association, Renewable Energy Association. Plus, we also formed a very interesting association called the Alliance for Small and Medium Enterprises of India, which we have to grow because we felt that the SME sector was completely neglected, which contributes in the private sector 85% of the GDP of this country. So please give him a big hand. He is also my editorial director for my publications in both in regional Gujarat, as well as he is helping in other regions. And he's also my, I would say, absolutely co-founder along with me in an interesting idea called the Indo-Bhutan Entrepreneurs Alliance, our first approach in the SAARC region. And we are going for our first meeting in the month of March to just help this very friendly, lovely neighbor of ours. So please definitely we should also give him a big hand for supporting all these things. Also an eminent Rotarian in his own rights, and he's also actively involved with the Southern Gujarat Chamber of Commerce, where he was one of the founding members. So, and I welcome all the people who are here from Surat, from all around Gujarat, and Gujarat has shown the way. Because see, when I see this, the power of this room is explaining everything. And I will tell you, we are your neighbors in Maharashtra, and I can tell you that Maharashtra is also the sleeping giant. It can produce a lot of stuff. It has got a lot of power and a lot of investment. Mumbai remains the powerhouse of this country, and I can assure you that we have some very, very eminent guests today who you will come to know as we go along the awards. Milind Deshmukh, we are very happy to have him today. Milind Deshmukh is heading a company called Milind Deshmukh and Associates, and he is transforming India in real sense. He is physically transforming India in the grassroots, so he will tell you how he has done it, and we will also have him today, we'll know him and what he has done. We are happy to have, we are very happy to have all the awardees here. So without spending any more minutes, because I want to go straight to the award. Before that, I want the lighting of the lamps, or the ceremonial lamp, so that we invoke the blessings of the Lord for the day. Like laughter, clap energizes. The sound, it takes you to the level where you become or come to a plane where it's not just optimism, but I think you energize yourself. So it's only next to laughing, So I feel I want, whenever the awardees are coming today, I want the energy in the clap, sir. So before this, may I request Rakesh Shah ji to please deliver a welcome address, and then I will introduce you to the awards and start the awards.
Good evening, everybody. Chairman of Jury, Award Host, and Moderator Professor A. Gopal Krishna Iyer, International Jury Member and Guest of Honor, Executive Director, Center for the Transformation of Waste Technology, Illinois, USA, Sri Prakasam Tata, Jury Observer and Advisory Guest of Honor, former Executive Publisher, Indian Express Group, Sri Santosh Goenka, Rita Singh ji, Mr. Hetal Mehta ji, learned members of the jury, distinguished guests, on and off the dais, various organizations which have put head together for a prestigious Markenomy Awards, various award winners, our valued guests, member of GCCI, and representative from press and media. I welcome you all to this function to give away second Markenomy Awards 2015. Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry is privileged to be the supporting organization to these prestigious awards, since these are the awards that are given away for the noble mission of excellence in sustainability, clean and green infrastructure. The awards are being given covering excellence in infrastructure construction and build up sustainable, clean and green infrastructure, green corridors, smart cities including sustainable and livable city awards, awards for individual excellence, and also an award for India's best infrastructure excellent state. As you can see, the key word is giving away this award is sustainability, as India is all set on the mission of a huge economic revival and growth. The first thing that will be needed is the world-class infrastructure. To emerge as a superpower, India needs to spend millions and millions of rupees for the world-class infrastructure. It has been observed that the infrastructure that India has right now needs a sea change to keep pace with the economic development. However, we need to ensure that the infrastructure which we build do not adversely affect the environment where we live in. That is the reason the two words that we will need to keep in mind are clean and green. We will have to adopt best global practice that has been the norm in the Western world. As you all know, during the recent visit of US President Barack Obama to India, one issue that was discussed at length between our Prime Minister and the President was exchange of technology, which can enable us to grow without compromising Earth's environment. In this light, today's award carries great significance. I therefore congratulate our friends associated with Markenomy and ENERTIA journal for launching and promoting these awards. Since these awards are more and more relevant as India makes bigger and greater steps towards economic growth. I also congratulate various companies that have been chosen by the Eminent jury to receive Markenomy Awards 2015. They deserve these awards for their exemplary work to ensure sustainable growth by always keeping in mind the necessity of clean and green infrastructure. We hope that they will be motivative force for other companies as well. Markenomy Award 2013 had been a huge success, and I have full confidence that there are greater success ahead for these awards. With these few words, I welcome you all to this award function. Thank you.
Now, I think each one of you have this Markenomy, so you can go through the content as we go along today. I want to now give you a little background about what's happening to the infrastructure issues in the country, before I begin the entire announcement of the awards. Most important thing is we are driving a massive investment growth, and no event will go through without campaigning for good, bad or ugly our neighbor, China. And the fight is whether the dragon, and the whole people have been talking whether the dragon wins or the elephant wins. Okay. Now the elephant in the Make in India campaign has become the lion, right? If you watch it. So that transformation, morning we said we are in a stage of transformation, right? We are in a stage of, I would say, transition. And I always call India not a developing nation or a developed nation. We are a transitional economy. And very interesting because we are trying to do this democratically, the transition of 1.25 billion strong economy, And another very unique thing about this country is, you must be remembering during Vajpayee's time, very famously said that 80% of our GDP or its entire content is driven intrinsically. And therefore, during the Pokhran blast, one of the statements that proven true is if the US sanction will not matter to us, kind of thing. And I don't think things have drastically changed in that sense because today, and that is one of the things, today the conditions are different. Those powers are realizing that it is important to be with India. For example, this is a good place where, but I have to mention, here was an elected chief minister who was not given a visa, but now we see people are quoting him, And of course, ENERTIA was rewarding Gujarat for 7 odd years. So all this is happening. But I don't think we need to celebrate this. We need to celebrate basically the power of the people of the country. The power of change. The power that they have the power in their hand. It's not only the voting in elections, but everybody wants development. So development would mean bijli, pani, sadak, and roti, kapda, makan, or that Dhirubhai said mobile. वो भी आ गया तो ये सारा and then we go to the Friedmanish model of earth is flat because what is happening, I call it the revolution called the TMT. TMT is technology, media and telecommunication. The three are merging together and my name media is not this media. When I say there is a big thing, Santosh will agree with me, that is happening is that the digital media, basically in which we call the internet world, and the YouTubes of the world are just devastating the way things are happening out there for some, and also levelizing things in like never before. I give you a very good example. Today, the number of people who view TV channels are roughly 5.5 crores. This includes the DEN networks, the Hathaways of the world, and the in-cable net, and all put together. That's the total viewership. But you compare this with the other side. Facebook has in India about 120 million, that's 12 crores. Then we have about 6.5 crores people on the YouTube. We have roughly 7 crores on the Twitter. And if we have not added that WhatsApp thing, which is actually getting popular, if we add, that's growing like numbers, I tell you, I think it will become, I heard that it's hit 7 crores, it will become 20 crores. So I'm seeing combination of this, and if you calculate a universal subset of these, like common users of these, because people are not going to go throughout everywhere. I would say very safely, we are looking at a sum of 20 crore Indian. And this will double in just about 2 years to 40 crores. I don't know what's going to happen, with this massive onslaught, and what's going to happen to our friends in the TV industry and the business. So that's what he rightly said. Some other fellow has said, but I was already practicing that, for Santosh. That's why we started something called ENFRAtv on the YouTube, and we have some 200 odd videos. We're going slow and steady, doing good content, and we know it will work. We have my show called Enfra Show in that. I have my show called the PSU Show in that. And I'm planning something else with Santosh, the Better India Show. So we will keep doing. So this is the stuff that is going to rattle the world out there, because I like this stuff. Because what happens, you have your time, you don't miss. It's not that 9 o'clock prime time comes. Your prime time is 24/7, and it is my personal prime time. I go and see it at the time I want to see it. I do at the time I do it. And there's nothing called live. Everything is live. Right? So this transformation in media is going to actually flutter a lot. I think there will be churning. People will lose jobs as well. At the same time, there will be new creativity. So exciting for us in the media. And people like us who are, I would say, not conventional, and they looked at this very differently in the past, are having a ball of a time, because we predicted this long time back, and it is coming closer to it. And therefore, the most important thing is content and context. Content is very important, and the context is very important. So content and context is important, but this must be backed by one little idea, which Santoshji's Dadaji did, intent. That is missing as well. Content is also missing. Context is there. Context everybody gets, because to make money, context will come automatically, right? But वो पैसा छापने से आगे जाए ना, so intent and content, these two are very difficult ideas today. Because what you see as content is, I tell you, I'm sorry to say, my media colleagues are doing crap. There's no content. It's all quack quack in the evening. 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, nothing. And we discuss too much without discussing all the subjects that I told you, which is bijli, pani, sadak, roti, kapda, makan, and mobile. We're not discussing this, actually. I want something to go 24/7, right? That's what we have. And we have a venture called ENERTIA EnfraMedia Private Limited, which will shortly move in that direction. And it could end up also changing the way broadcast is seen in this country, And because we are not looking at just broadcast, we're looking at podcast, we're looking at everything, that's out there, to just mix and match and create something which is your own, which is the communities. We are just the custodians, yeah. All of us are owners. We are not the owners. We are just the initiators, founders. And everybody who has come here can become the owner of our media. The owner is mental. The owner is not physical. And the physical reality is pass on to the next generation to do it in the same way and create business models which are very different. So you'll see these things happening from our end. Awards are also transforming awards, because I found that it was very difficult to encourage the infrastructure industry, because there was a lot of brooding at some times, I would say. On the other side, there were real issues as well. Okay, because there were some businesses which kept complaining. There were some businesses which actually really suffered. And there was also, I would say, what you call as policy paralysis and all. We discussed all that is over. But now there's a new challenge, While this, what do we do with our great babus, who are still waiting in the 30 years of mindset has to be changed also. इसके साथ तो कुछ करना ही पड़ेगा. So there are some good babus we rewarded. In fact, Santosh knows we have rewarded babus, right? So the best way is that select the good babus who have done well. In ENERTIA we did it, in the ENERTIA Awards. Maybe in the next year or so we'll start doing that for Markenomy Awards also. Because just pushing them out of the system will not work because they are also needed. उनसे ही देश भी चल रहा है कई जगहों में. If 80-20% में वो थोड़ा skewed है. 80% काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, 20% काम कर रहे हैं. अब उल्टा होना चाहिए. 80% काम करें, 20 नहीं करें तो चलेगा. So that 80-20 has to be reversed. The clock has to be reversed. So we're waiting for that also. So we will recognize them also in the future. So today there's some beginning has been made. Some personas are here. And some personalities have been there. Last year we had no personality who was rewarded. This year some personalities are going to be rewarded. So all this, the jury slowly and steadily is moving in the same way that it did with ENERTIA Awards. I will tell you in the ENERTIA Awards one example. In the 8 years of the history of awards, only 4 lifetime achievements were given. So 4 years, if nobody is there, तो नहीं दो award यार. वो category है तो क्या हुआ? तो यहाँ भी हुआ. हमने 5-6 category उड़ाई दी. When we initially wanted to give 20-24 odd awards, but we removed all of them because हमको लगा कि देना ही नहीं चाहिए. So these things, that's how the credibility of juries come into picture. And you should not only pay for the turnover of companies. You should pay for actual asset creation and asset valuation, because that is not seen in this country. Assets are not actually valued to their actual levels. So anytime these discussions are going on, we are looking at a situation where either we will develop a $2 trillion opportunity by 2022, or we can even jump to a 4 trillion. The question is whether we make that 4 trillion jump or whether we stick to the 2 trillion. I will tell you, इसमें बड़ा अजीब है. You remember that in one film, I think Amitabh Bachchan, which film it was, where he had a coin and he used to toss the coin, both sides were same. दीवार थी, शोले थी. अच्छा, ठीक है. तो यही situation वही है. चित भी मेरी, पट भी मेरी. Like I can assure you that 2 trillion is also good, not bad. Don't get scared. 4 trillion is supreme, I tell you. The question is not that whether you achieve 2 or 4. The question is you go there and achieve it. That's it. You attempt the 4. You fall at 2, no problem. You still will have made the infrastructure or the movement towards the 4. So I see this as going from transitional to be called a developed economy. And India will do it very differently from China. The dragon may look aggressive, but the dragon has got a problem. The dragon's biggest problem is overproduction. Okay, the dragon's biggest problem is IPR violation. Okay, the dragon's other problem is no democracy. Okay, the dragon's fourth problem is very uncomfortable with India's growth. Right? But I tell you, comfort will come. There is this formula. India should not import equipment from them or do anything. India should look at their money. Chinese currency अगर हमने invest करवा लिया भारत में तो लड़ाई कोई नहीं होगी. ठीक है, तो ये how we achieve this, but why we are only looking at the greenback, the US dollar. Prakasam Tata will not be happy with what I am saying, but I don't know, but I am just joking. but I am saying I am very happy. The color of money does not matter. We change the greenback to anything else, the redback or whatever. Renminbi is okay, provided it stays stable. Lot of economists will have different views. They will say, no, you borrow in Japanese this thing, ye ho jayega. But I am saying Japan is financed $400 million plus for our Ajanta Ellora. भाई हमारे यहाँ कोई बचाता नहीं है, but वो बुद्धिस्ट धरोहर है. That one little thing made them invest in it beautifully. So can we go on getting this type of investments into the country for what it attracts? Try to study that, why it comes. And no money is bad money, provided India attracts investment. So it is for say. So we don't need their technology. We need cheaper currency. The interest rates that we have is 15%, 14 to 15% average for business. Working capital is also available at that kind of stuff. The Chinese fund their businesses at 3.5%. The Americans probably fund it at 4%, sir? 4.5%? Yeah. So, and there are markets which can even fund at 2%. So our businesses cannot compete with this kind of bank loans. So one of the, recently on the reinvest, before reinvest, I went and did the RPO conclave, where we brought this agenda. The environment minister was there, Prakash Javadekar, and we told him to give renewable energy financing at 7% and avail working capital to solar industry at 7% also. So we have made a beginning. Pranav will accept what it is. Unfortunately, we, the umbrella guys, we are sitting, but our friends have to cooperate, Everybody goes with their own lobby and it doesn't move. So what we say, it's moving. So I think we have to all to get together, and we have enough mind to do it. And we need to not support the large projects. We need to support smaller projects also, like Deshmukh Saab's, that venture, which is the probably first building in the country which uses green energy. So good for the day. Congratulating all winners. And I'm starting the announcements of the awards, my friend. And all the best to you. And I hope more for India, more power to the country, more power to all of you. Today, we are beginning, and we have roughly 15 awards, so it will not take much time. But before I begin the awards, I request my eminent dais to be actually honored by Hetal Mehta. Hetal ji, can you come in the front? We'll offer flowers to them, starting with Rakesh bhai. Rita Singh ji, please give a big hand. Yep. There are a lot of women here, and I think your clapping has to be more powerful than the rest. Santosh Goenka. And for Dr. Prakasam Tata. And Usman bhai ko dena chahunga ye. Please come, sir. Please come. Because I have been discussing throughout the day, and I'm fascinated by this personality. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So to begin the day, I want to first start with woman power. And I'm starting with personality. Since this year we begin with personality order, and the first personality must be rewarded. And this is woman, I would say, the prestigious woman infra in steel and mining person of the decade. And this is none other than the person on the dais, Rita Singh ji, Chairman and Managing Director of MESCO. Please give a big hand. Please give a big hand. The citation for her. Hetal ji, thoda close, Hetal ji. And I want Rita ji to say a few words. Madam can take the chair and then address us.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Professor Iyer, Mr. Tata, Mr. Shah, Mr. Mehta, Mr. Goenka, and everybody here. I can really feel the energy here in the room, I can say that. I mean, I'm very glad that I've come over here, and I feel very honored that you've given me this award. And what I want to say is that, of course, Professor Iyer must have talked a lot all throughout. And in the meantime, I want to say there are a lot of young entrepreneurs. India is full of young people. More than 65% of the people are young, who are going to do a lot. And I also see a lot of women doing a lot more than I've ever done in my life. And I think that they are going to go very far ahead. So I see a very bright future for India. And I've always been a very positive person. I always feel that one should only look on the positive side of life. Life is full of ups and downs, and I've gone through many in my life, and that'd be a long story, but in any case, that is the part of life. If we don't see the downs, we never see the up, and I think that's very important. I'm very glad that you invited me here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, and we are highly encouraged. And now I request the dais. I would like everybody to stand for the next set of awardees, including Rita Singh ji. She'll be part of the dais now. So the first award, after this award, that was the Apex Award, the Person of the Decade, and the next award is Best Livable Urban Dwelling City in India. And we had a lot of paralysis in the, jury, but then there was a winner and clean one. It is the city of Surat. And may I request Srimati Ranjan Ben Kamleshwai Vekaria, Deputy Mayor of SMC, and J.K. Shah, please come over, please. J.K. Shah, Additional City Engineer, and the colleague, all the three SMC people to come here. Please give a big hand to Surat. They are winning it second time in a row. Twice. 2013 as well as 2015. Please give a big hand. May we have the citation as well. And I think आप में से कोई यहाँ आके थोड़ा दो शब्द कहेंगे तो अच्छा लगेगा. One of you
On
can-
behalf of Surat Municipal Corporation and Team Surat, we are very thankful to Chairman of a jury and all eminent member, and also we are very thankful to editor and publisher of the Falcon Media and Markenomy and ENERTIA Journal for selecting us as a award or second Markenomy Award 2015. We are very thankful to all dignitary of Dias for selecting us for the best livable city.
Right.
Thank you very much.
I want to say Surat is probably the first example in the country which is megawatt scale renewable energy integrated with their operations, which includes waste to energy, energy from waste I would call it rather than waste to energy. Energy पहले डालेंगे waste बाद में, EFW उसको आप अपने system में लगा लीजिए. Waste to energy ना कहिएगा, energy from waste will be better. और दूसरा, they have done solar, they have done wind, and what is the size, sir? Can we know what is the total capacity? 30 megawatt तक चला गया सब मिला के?
More than 17 crores per annum for renewable energy.
Right. Right. And your capacity?
Our total energy cost is 75 crore. We want to complete this to meet energy cost within the 3 to 4 years by renewable energy.
Right. So totally a 30 megawatt portfolio is being developed. So, you know, I was talking long time back in 2013 also we said that there is a municipal act because the Bombay Provincial Municipal Act, this must be known to people, allows for the utility, the municipal corporation to be a sub-licensee. And this act is existing and I'm surprised that people are not taking advantage in the country because that BPMC Act is applied to Surat as well and the whole country. So I hope that we will look at electricity as a utility management at a grassroots level from the municipal corporation. Then it may go to Gram Panchayat and others as well. So this is the future decentralization model. Congratulations to Surat. Now my top award, actually I will call it because this is what it is, and it is the award for India's best infrastructure excellent state. There is no discussion. It is Gujarat. May I request Swati Book, GM, Gujarat Industrial Development Board to come. She came to Mumbai as well in 2013. Gujarat Infrastructure Development Board. Please give a big hand. Not only few words, you must say why Gujarat continues to succeed.
Good evening, everybody. Gujarat is a state which has a regulated infrastructure in the form of an institutional setup, legal setup, as well as all the sorts of policy-related sectoral setups. The state has a matured core infrastructure in the form of ports, roads, urban infrastructure, and there are several sectors wherein the state is sustainable as far as all sorts of policy level and next generation infrastructure developments are concerned. We are all aware that the government of India is marching ahead towards a sustainable and a green infrastructure, both in the form of renewable energy as well as in the form of water. Gujarat has a Jyotirgram Yojana, as we know, and also water infrastructure in the form of the Narmada Canal, which has been spread far and wide across the state. The state also has an institutional setup in the form of the Infrastructure Development Board and a legal framework in the form of Infrastructure Act. There is a Delhi-Mumbai corridor which is coming up, and a dedicated freight corridor around which 150 kilometers on both sides of the area, there will be a great amount of development, and the development across which the whole world is looking upon, including Japan, China, US, and all the economies of the world. The high-speed rail corridor which is coming from Ahmedabad to Mumbai will be one of the great set examples for rail connectivity. Rail connectivity will also have a prime importance both in the state of Gujarat as far as the western corridor is concerned, and the special investment regions coming up in the state in the form of Dahej, Dholera, Mandal, Becharaji will set examples of next generation infrastructure. There is a metro rail also coming up in Ahmedabad very soon. So infrastructure development and strive for excellence in infrastructure is the aim of the country as well as the state of Gujarat. Thank you.
Congratulations, ma'am, once again, because you were a winner in 2013 as well, and you continue. And I hope, of course, there is a big competition. Modi ji is putting up the other states also in competition with you. So it is going to be a tough time, because I think a bundle of about 10 to 12 states will vie for infrastructure development. We are very happy to have more competition, because Gujarat has always done it, and it has set an example. I think it's good to have more. Out of the 30 states, I would like to see 10 or 12 competing minimum now in the next 2 to 3 years. Congratulations for setting that example, setting the benchmark and the standard once again. Now, our next award is Award for Ports, and we must be very happy, while we had a policy paralysis. But one thing I was watching, and that is the port sector. And I must also congratulate that minister who was there, even if he's from the previous government. It was G.K. Vasan. Of course, he made a political party of his own. Of the 19 ports they planned, they ended up converting 16 into reality. Ye is desh ki history mein nahi hua hai. So we must congratulate that minister is not with us, but I think we must give a big hand for that particular port development issue. And the two of these beneficiaries who've done excellent work and world-class work are winning today. And the first one, may I call, the award for India's best port, because it was a tough fight, but I think both, last year it was one winner, today we have two winners. The first one is Krishnapatnam Port Company Limited. May I request Shri P. Mahesh, Head Marketing Bulk, KPCL, and Ajish Shoman, Manager Marketing KPCL, to please come and receive this award, please. Please give them a big hand all the way up. And this will become probably the largest port in the country. We need a lot of sound in this,
Good evening, everyone. The port is having a capacity to develop as a 200 million metric ton handling capacity, which would definitely become as one of the Asia's largest port. Apart from this, currently we are handling around 40 million tons, and recently we are opened a container terminal with 1.2 million TEU capacity. So the speciality of Krishnapatnam is we are the deepest port in India. We are having 18 meters draft, which only port has in India, and thereby we are acting as the transshipment hub for bulk cargoes. Normally Singapore, you take Sri Lanka, acting as a transshipment for containers, but Krishnapatnam is now turned into a transshipment for bulk cargoes. Mostly the West Coast is utilizing Krishnapatnam port for their transshipment. So with that, we are also working very hard to give support to Indian infrastructure. Our flagship company, Naviga Engineering, has developed this port. So thank you for choosing Krishnapatnam for this award. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. And I think when you put on the Tata Sky, I find their advertisements excellent, I must congratulate you for the pitch that you created there. I see that stuntman jumping and all that. So nice. And I hope we set more examples like Krishnapatnam and the next one as well. The next one in the same category is the winner award for India's best port is none other than Adani Port and SEZ Limited, Mundra Port. May I call Shri B. Ravi, CFO, Adani Ports and SEZs. Congratulate them because they are winning second time in a row. Let's show the citation as well. Please encourage them.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the award. It's not Adani Ports or Mundra Port that has won this award. Actually, this award goes to a national treasure and a national asset, which is what India's best port, the largest by any standards, is. That is Mundra, as well as a combined total handling what we have done this year is going to be about 150 million tons.
I think we must give them a big hand.
And we have a capacity of over 300 million tons. And I'm sure that this is only going to be increasing year by year. And we will soon not only be the only port to have cost 100 million tons last time, but in the world standards also, we should be one of the biggest ports to be reckoned with. Thank you.
We are proud of you, Adani. And I hope we will set up more benchmarks and India would become a port excellent country because of the kind of beginning that you guys made. And now We have one more colleague of yours, Krishnapatnam, today, and I hope this country can have 10 world-class ports. So I see the beginning started by you, because you set up the benchmark, and people have to follow it, Congratulations once again. The next award is award for the best managed water infra and irrigation project in operation, making grassroots impact and transformation. Important to mention here that this transformation is just not normal. It is the agricultural sector that benefits. It is the electricity sector that benefits not for one state but 4 states, and water sector that benefits also in 4 states. So none other Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited. May we have Shri UC Jain, Chief Engineer Electrical and Mechanical SSNL, to come and receive the award, please. Please give a big hand. This is also continuation, second time in a row in this category. जैन साहब कुछ बोलना पड़ेगा आपको.
Thank you, Markenomy. It is our pleasure that every time they are awarding to us, because this is really a very big project, and last 35 years we are working on this project, and we have achieved, now you can say, the complete Gujarat irrigated with this project. We have the 458 kilometer long Narmada main canal, which is carrying 40,000 cubic water. It is the biggest canal in the India. And we are having the Kutch branch canal, which is the 360 kilometer length. We are having the Saurashtra branch canal, the Saurashtra and Kutch, which is the water starving areas. Now they are having the waters. So this is the big project, and we hope that by 17 we will complete this project. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jain Saab. You remain our favorite company, favorite PSU. So, and we are very happy, also proud to have you always, with us. Whether it's Delhi, whether it's Gujarat, whether it's anywhere, or Mumbai, everywhere we have seen you guys, and we look forward to more successes from your side, more benchmarks. Congratulations. The next award is Award for Innovative Infrastructure Financing Company of the Year in the Public Sector category. And this year we have because last year this category nobody won the award. So this year we have India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited who win this award. Please give a big hand. Shri Rakesh Kumar, GMHR. May we have you here, sir, on the dais. They must lend more, they must give more. So more for India, more power to India. Rakesh ji, thoda aapse sunenge bhi, because you must tell our, this IFCL is a very unique company. I've been studying it.
Good evening, everybody. Feeling really humbled and privileged to receive this award for my on behalf of my company. Let me give you a brief background of my company. India Infrastructure Finance Company is a Government of India arm promoting PPP projects in the country. We are financing public-private partnership infrastructure project all throughout the country. The company started in 2006, and as our tagline goes, funding foundation of the future. We are present all over the country in all type of infrastructure projects, be it port, be it power, be it road. So in last 8 years, our gross sanctions has exceeded 1 lakh crores.
Please give a big hand for that.
And it's a unique company in itself with a manpower strength of 70 odd people. The company is having a gross, balance size of approximately 35,000 crores, and the profit has exceeded more than 500 crores in consequently in the last 3 years. Thank you.
Congratulations. And Kumar Saab ko main thoda aur taklif dena chahunga. So maybe we should have his award also for his chairman and managing director who wins the award today. May we have that up, Ms. S.B. Nair. Mr. S.B. Nair is the chairman and managing director of IIFCL, and he is also the Infra Person of the Year for Financing India's Infrastructure Award. Because they have done the best. We compared them with other infrastructure financing companies in the country, and their leadership was excellent. That's provided the financial year, they did the best. Please give a big hand. Please give a big hand once again to the company and the chairman of the company. Thank you, sir. The next award is Award for Innovative Infrastructure Financing Company, same category, for the year in the private sector. And we have a second time in a row winner, SREI Infrastructure Finance Limited. May I request Brijesh Shah, VP and Regional Head, SREI, BNP Paribas, to come and receive this award. Please give him a big hand.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me thank you, all the jury members, for selecting Shrey Infra for this particular category. Let me brief you about Shrey. Shrey is a private sector. Shrey Group is basically it's a basically NBFC which is financing into purely infrastructure. There are a lot of competitors of us who are having different businesses, like they are lending in many sectors. But Shrey is the only company which is only and only into infrastructure. We are having, Shrey Group is having a total AUM which is called asset under management is around 40,000 crores. And it's a private sector NBFC with HO based at Kolkata and with very good presence in across country. If I have to say in Gujarat, I take care of basically Gujarat and Rajasthan, then we have a asset base of around 1,000 crore. We have our investment in Gujarat of around 1,000 crore. So it's a kind of basically we are into infrastructure segment, purely into infrastructure segment, and we are categorized as an IFC company, infrastructure finance company by RBI. So we are supporting a lot in overall country's economy and development activity. That is what Shrey is. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Shrey. And we look forward to you further succeeding as you continue your journey as a prime NBFC in the country in the area of infrastructure. The next one is Award for India's Best World-Class Port, Airport. Now it's no more port, it's airport in the private sector. And last year the winner in this category was GMR, I must say that, and that was the Hyderabad airport. This year the winner is GVK Group's Mumbai International Airport Limited, Mial Chhatrapati Shivaji Air Terminal CSI A Terminal 2. May I request Sri Balveer Singh Bhatia, GM Terminal Operations MIL CSI to send. That airport has become the pride of India. It's the pride of India airport. Please give a big hand right at Mumbai. Bhatia sahab, दो शब्द जरूर कहेंगे आप.
Respected guests, I'm so excited to be here, so it's very difficult to probably say a few words. But yes, thank you very much for voting as one of the world-class airport. I would only like to share a few statistics which we have marked around. We started the inaugurations in 2014 February. Last year we reached 32 million plus passengers through this airport. This year we are targeting more than 36 million passengers from Mumbai. My voice to the world is, hello the world, please come to Mumbai, see what our airport stands for, and believe the best is yet to come. There are more airports which would be better than anywhere in the world, and it's my honor, my guests, I respect all the transiting visitors through our airport. Believe me, what we have seen in past is absolutely so different, so energetic, so humble, so hospitable. We would like to change the hospitality, the culture, and would be proud Indians to be one of the world's best airport in coming years. Thank you very much.
Of course, they were rated as world's third best, I believe, in one of the international forums. And I can tell you it's an experience because I have landed a couple of times from international arena as well as national. And because we go mostly to domestic airports, but as we land there, I can tell you it's a different experience. You feel proud to be an Indian to see an airport like that. And thanks to the GVK group, because I've admired this group long time back. And I had my my own connections with the group GVK, and congratulations to you, you know. We want to see more work from you because I think you're conservative, you only worked on the Mumbai airport, unlike GMR who have actually done so much. We want to see more of GVK as well. Congratulations once again. The next one is Award for India's Best Airport in the Public Sector. It is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport in Kolkata. And my friends, it is an experience to go and watch this airport, done by Airport Authority of India. I tell you, it's an experience. We're going to again go to that airport to Bhutan. I tell you, it is very, very different experience. It has got the best infrastructure amongst the public sector airports. The sailing height and the design, it sometimes reminds me of what Frankfurt has done. So I would say if you get a chance now to go that eastern region and land there, you will admire this airport as well. The next award is very interesting. We had all these big, big things, right? Now I have to balance, you know. Humiliating effect has to come, or I would say rather a humbling effect sometimes. Humiliating because sometimes we'll say, "Arey, chota project hai, kya hoga?" You know. But the transformation project, it will transform India, what I'm going to announce now. It is India's first renewable energy powered sustainable mass housing infra project, my friends. And it is won by none other than a small Mufassil town, but a very powerful cultural township of Mumbai called Dombivli, where I also live. And it is Milind Deshmukh and Associates. May I request Milindar Deshmukh, the owner, who has done this first time in the country. Please give him a big hand. This is an absolute transforming project, and I think all of us must encourage. All of us must encourage.
Good evening. Thank you all juries for selecting me for this award. Basically, I have tried on my small level the idea of renewable energy which can support our country as well as personal efforts. And thanks to all these juries for selecting this thing. But main motive of my coming over here to receive the award is our government as well as everybody in political inference and official levels should support certain projects on government level. So million should come for these projects to develop the renewable energy, and that will cover our shortfall of electricity and other renewable energy requirements. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Milindji. Thank you. I will tell you that we had discussed in the morning. The project is even more than that. We understand it's also rainwater harvesting. He is integrating. He is also integrating zero discharge issues. You know, we had a discussion, and we must congratulate him for what he has done. And he has not mentioned here. When I asked him, you know, when you went, people must have talked of expenses. He said it was about 200 rupees a square feet that he was getting more to do all these things. He said, I absorbed the cost rather than charging because the point was in the marketing parlance, if you see, he say, I give something unique and different. And that's the way he wants to brand his project. So once again, please give him a very, very strong hand and encouragement, please. The next one is a personality project, award, sorry. It is for Infra Person of the Year in the power transmission sector, because I felt that transmission sector could come in infrastructure, because it is creating a lot of trouble, because we will have energy, but we will not have the transmission corridor. And with all that renewable, that, you know, our friend Pranav is sitting here, 100 gigawatt, 70 gigawatt, we will put 200, 300 gigawatt of stuff. And with if all that is signed, even 50% comes, I tell you, we are in trouble already with the transmission infrastructure. That is the bottleneck. So we must encourage these guys. So I wanted to encourage an individual who has done unique work. It is the winner this year of the Infra Person of the Year for Power Transmission is none other than Shri Rakesh Markenomy, President and Head of EPC Bajaj Electricals Limited. Do we have Mr. Nishant Gambhir, Manager for this company here? Please give them a big hand. And we look forward to more and more work from the company and the leadership. So a few words on behalf of Markenomy.
Good evening, all. Actually, I am here on behalf of our BU head, Mr. Rakesh Marketkar, and Bajaj Electricals. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Jury Member, Markenomy, and ENERTIA Foundation for such a wonderful recognition. Normally, Bajaj Electrical is known for appliances and other lighting products. We are into for almost 75 years in this industry. But apart from this, we are also into lighting segment for outdoor lighting, airport lighting, as well as transmission infrastructure, for which this award is awarded to Bajaj. Again, I would like to thank the entire delegates and honorable jury members. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, and I hope we see more in the transmission sector, more work in that area, because it could be serious bottleneck. We remember that the Southern Grid was connected, and at the ENERTIA Awards, we had this year the winner, BS Limited, which actually connected. People did not know this company, but it's the only company which does the 1200 kV stringing, in this country, because we are at the highest voltage. China is at 1000 kV, and India operates at 1200 kV. That's what we are doing, and we are also going to the HVDC. So technology-wise, this country is ahead in the transmission sector. But I mean the right of way, speed at which things are executed, the public-private participation, all these issues will matter in the future as we go along. And if we don't perform there, we had it, I can tell you. The next one, and the last one in the series, I hope, is the award for India's Best Urban Infra Mass Transfer Project Award, my friends. I'm extremely happy, because some success has to be seen every time the private sector is blamed. But here is a success we must be very happy about. It is Reliance Infrastructure, Reliance Metro, Mumbai Metro project. May I have Colonel Subodhay Mukherjee, HR head of the company, who is along with us here today, and also his colleague, Mr. Vimal Prakash Singh, head of PST. Please give them a big hand. We are proud Mumbaikars, and I hope that we see this private sector, public-private participation projects come to Gujarat, to other states, because then only we'll see more of this. Instantly, yes, sir.
Eminent jury members of Markenomy and Gujarat Chamber of Commerce, we are extremely humbled on receiving this award. And I say with pride that this award goes to the format which is going to be the key player in the future, that is the PPP framework. So I take it on behalf of not only Reliance Infrastructure, but also Government of Maharashtra, and that is MMRDA, the implementing agency. That's the first thing. Chinese have a saying that may you live in interesting times. I guess for the players in the infrastructure area, this is the most interesting time. There are going to be 20 more cities with metro. And how metro mobilizes or enables people is something that I learned when I was traveling one of these days. And there was a visually challenged friend of mine, and he was on the metro, and I asked him, how does it help you? He says, firstly, this is the only, I cannot get in the suburban trains because of the gap. And I cannot, there are no the tactiles on which we can move. So here we get all that. And therefore, I'm able to work at a place where I had stopped working. Because at some point of time, my eyesight had got so bad that I was not able to travel. Because he was traveling, he was driving something and he was not able to travel. So it enables people to that extent that they can regain their life or re-empower themselves to have, hold their lives back. So when we talk about urban mobility, we think that metros will transform the way people live and the way the people travel. And if it does so, then the best way to go about it is the public-private partnership. We've gone through a share of pain. I've been with this organization for 6 years, seen through the complete construction process. In the sense, when I say the pain, it is how you manage the stakeholder, how you manage the environment. But I'm sure that given as the situation ripens, the public-private partnership will be the most, sort of preferred way of channelizing these infrastructure, finance, as well as our effort and energies. My friend Mr. VP Singh has been part of building it. If you would like to say a few words on what went in building itself.
Mumbai Metro is our most energy efficient system. It is environment friendly and the time has saved drastically. We have got a regenerative feature in the coaches which can regenerate about 30% of the energy which we consume. 30% we regenerate by way of braking. So the mechanical brake system is reduced and it is reducing the pollution of Mumbai. It is taking about 21 minutes from Warsaw to Ghatkopar, so which otherwise takes about 1.5 hours. So that much time saving is taking place, and that's all. Thank you.
Congratulations. And it was not last but the least, it was the real project. Let me tell you, we want to see more of this because our urban development will only happen when we see more of that, and carbon footprint has to just come down now totally. Congratulations once again to Reliance. Now I want Santosh ji, to talk about the day, but I want your wisdom. I want to pick up your mind on what we saw today, the type of, the bunch of 15 awards that we have, in the second year.
It's an amazing thing, Professor Iyer. I'm very glad to see the spirit of my grandfather, Ramnath Goenka, who started the Express. It is there in young, I must say young because he still has that vibrancy. And we're very proud of him. He got into writing for one of our publications in 1994. And what we see is a man who's driving the energy and the infrastructure sector. His understanding of economics, his understanding of geopolitics is amazing. Sometimes when he comes to Delhi and sits with me, I am presently the Executive Director of Business India. And there are 2-3 other projects that we are trying to do on the online platform. Professor and me, we feel very strong about the country. I mean, that's the positive attitude that we have. We believe that if the right type of impetus is given to people who can demonstrate what a few people can do, and it can flow to more people. Like I have seen in this awards, a few people who got it last year, they are more adding on. And a few people who have not received in certain categories, we need to grow the categories. Markenomy is a brilliant publication idea. It will be backed up by ENFRAtv, which we are working on, so that more people can see the good work. The 200 videos that he has already put is a good sampling, and you would see. I mean, I am amazed with the quality of the programs. I think Professor Iyer and the team here really deserves all the support from industry if they want to see more people come into the fray. What is media's role? Media's role is to talk to every nook and corner. Television is a media, but it goes to everybody, probably more people than we need to. Hence, ENFRAtv is more YouTube-based. People can see the program anytime. And the quality of these programs, it's surprising. Last 15 days back, I was in Bombay, and I met up with a friend of mine who runs Colors. And what he told me, Santosh, my competition is not with Star or with Z or with Sony. It is with YouTube. The quality of program on YouTube is so good. So I'm very happy that my friend has implemented all this, and you all must go to the type of work he has done. 200 great programs, very enlightening for people who don't understand the subject. They can understand the numbers. They can understand why it's so important. Markenomy is just a trigger. So what he has done is amazing. A seed sown 1994 today blooms, leads, cajoles, even tells the Prime Minister that what you're doing is right or wrong. I think we need more critics like these. My grandfather would have been very happy to see somebody. He was a person who did something in the political field. Here is somebody who's doing it in the economic field. Thank you, Professor, for taking the lead. Thank you so much.
And I must thank Santosh because it all began the journey began at Santosh Place. A reluctant writer, as I explained to you, wrote in the first column in Energy called Energy Talk. And that column used to come every week. And until the Indian Express actually unfortunately broke the family, it separated, and Santoshji is out, and the real man is out, and the rest are doing. And I hope they make something out of it. Just the Express is not the same.
We'll make bigger things happen. Now we have the communities with us.
Right.
And with this internet space, you don't have to have print with you. You can go on YouTube, you can go on. So each of you are contributors to Professor's think tank. So please wear the thinking cap, write to professor. That's one part that you can do. I'm always there, and I'm based at Delhi, so whatever numbers you all need, we can exchange that. But please feel part of this movement. It's a movement, it cannot reverse now.
He's also the co-chair of both my publication, Inertia and Markenomy, and I will give you good news. I'm launching a quarterly. In fact, it is already launched. The first edition is already there of Defense and Marine. It's a quarterly publication. The PSC journal on the public sector is on, because even the private sector needs the public sector. So it's a cross-pollination. If anybody sees that, they'll like it. And we also have a Hindi Inertia, which is the first international Hindi publication in the country. And it is also quarterly. We did it this year. And we have a lot of support for that as well, because we want to send to more number of this Hindi-speaking masses, content in science and technology. My point is, राष्ट्र भाषा प्रचार में विज्ञान की बहुत आवश्यकता है. केवल कल्चर और सोशल एंगल से नहीं चलेगा, विज्ञान को प्रोत्साहन देंगे कि भाषा का प्रोत्साहन होगा. So that is the whole idea behind it. So a lot of initiatives like this are coming. These are all nuggets. So my areas are very different. I'm not into mass publishing. What I learned from Santosh is niche, specialization, and I went for that. And it has its own market. And then this YouTube is now making it mass. As I told you, what was not mass before, which is bijli, pani, sadak, roti, kapda, makan, mobile, is mass now. It can change elections. Absolutely. We have seen. It can become political. I want Prakasam Tata to say a few words when he saw all this happening today. He's come all the way to be with us from the US. And we are very happy to have you, sir, again here.
Well, distinguished members on the stage here, as well as equally distinguished people sitting on the other side of this dais. You should all be sitting here, as a matter of fact. I salute you, those of you who received those awards, and I'm sure there are a lot of people behind those awards. I congratulate them as well. I have gone to numerous conferences and conducted various seminars, workshops in the United States, as well as preaching to the kids here. What I learned, I will tell you, because it's awesome.
Right.
Just give a big hand to yourself and to the people behind the scene who make this happen. Particularly, I congratulate Professor Iyer and his brother, Rakesh Iyer,
who is not amongst us. He's a very special person.
But I heard about him a lot, and he's the dynamo, human dynamo. Needless to say, all the staff members that Gopal works with, they're fantastic people. You can see those beautiful young ladies sitting over there. What I learned here is a few things I want to tell you. A person, single person like Milind Deshmukh can make a difference. I can vouch for it. I live 10,000 miles away. If Prakash, like me, living there, could do a few projects on my own without the involvement of government, or persisting with the government, could do that, close to $1 million worth of work. I congratulate you, Milind. And that does not necessarily mean that I don't congratulate the big guns, like the Reliance.
They're equally important.
They're equally
that
important.
is a mass transformation project as well, the Reliance project.
Like a lot of people are here. There are excellent individuals, and without the help of individuals that work for you or work for the company or work for the country, all these things would not be possible. A single man can make a difference, like Gandhiji, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, so on and so forth. I can go on. And small is beautiful. And Gopal and I talk about, everybody calls him Professor Iyer. He's much younger than me, so I call him Gopal.
Absolutely.
Like my kid.
Surely.
So I would say Gopal, I don't know, he at his energy level is fantastic. And the people that he moves around are equally vibrant, energetic, and God bless him with a lot of good health. This is a great work because it's a foundation work, and we need to support him. I mean, most of you are in big corporations, and it takes two things to make anything happen. One is the people with ideas, and of course, vitamin M. And these journals cannot run without finances. Please help him to make these kinds of things. If one person catalyzes 10 people, that you can rapidly change. 10 becomes 100, 100 becomes, whatever.
That's right.
So that is equally important. Now, one other thing is, I always believed in decentralized wastewater treatment systems and decentralized energy systems. Because there are a lot of remote villages here, you cannot put a centralized thing, it takes a lot of money. And if we can decentralize those kinds of things like Milind is doing in his own community, and then the government doesn't have to worry about these left out communities. And I think the persons who are influential in this gathering, I'm saying most of you are. That's why you are here. And you can influence such things, and I'm sure more people at that level would receive more awards in their own areas, and organizations like even the government for them, the puruskars that they are given. And one of the most important thing, with the media coming into play, the radio and television shows are very effective. I subscribe to so many groups. Sometimes I get fatigued reading those interesting things, you know, beautiful things. I get some ideas, and my blood flows through my veins and so forth. At my age, still I'm able to read at 1:30 to 2 o'clock in the AM, and my wife tells me, "What are you doing?" I'm still reading some interesting things. And guys like him make it happen. If it's some pure junk, you know, who the hell is going to read? I mean, I started early Stanley Gardner's and the detective novels and so forth. That stage is gone. And now, in the Vanaprastha, what I'm going to give to the society, without expecting anything back, that's the kind of a thing. You're all going to be there in a few years, I'm sure. The government retires you at 60 or 58, I don't know what it is. But please, please, your dynamos, your human dynamos, you should contribute to the society's activities. And I come here every day to volunteer. So why not you? You're here. You can do that. And those of you who have sons and daughters in America, I mean, most of you, I'm sure, are nephews or nieces, tell them not to forget their country. I didn't. Usman Bhai didn't. We come here every year. So that's one thing. Tell your children in schools, for example, this is the puraskar that you can give to schools. I mean, just a suggestion.
Yeah, good.
You can print 1,000 bills with a pledge of something, some sort, you know. Don't waste water, conserve energy, some little morals that you have. That Modi ji also gets his, you know, these pledges. And any school that you can give them a sheet with signatures. Any school that sends those things for 10,000 signatures should get an award. This way, besides those people who cannot turn the TV on or the email on, these little kids, that multiplies. You know, another kid will get 100, another kid gives 100 bills. So those people will read those things, and there's a kind of influence there. So in addition to the media, digital media, kids would get a lot of energy out of it. When my son got the first award in renewable energy, I couldn't measure his joy. You know, biogas generation from sludge. Because, you know, I work for a treatment plant. So I brought him some sludge, you know, you do this. He did that. That kind of an award for a kid, you know, I think is far more than a person getting a Padma Shri award, I think. So encourage your kids to go into the community. Encourage Krishna, Balakrishna. Encourage media. And above all, encourage yourself to do something in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I also want Rita Singh ji to say something. You saw all those awards, you know. I want your mind on that, you know, what happened in the day. I want a few words from you on this. Of course, you were an honorable winner here from the beginning and empowering women as well in the enterprise.
No, I totally agree with what Mr. Tata has said, that we have to all join together with you to take it forward. And I think that's the most important thing, because whatever the problems are there in the country, what you mentioned about whether the bureaucrats or whether the 80% are working or not working, I'm not going to discuss that part of it, but I think we need to all join and move forward together along with the children. And I always mention one more thing very important is that India has got so much of resources and so much of manpower. The skills, you know, the training is a very important part, and I think we've got the intelligence, so we need to train continuously and move through the small villages and small cities to do the job. This is what I feel, and I'm sure that this inertia and what is market economy and market economy, whether it's a dragon or whether it's the elephant, is the elephant which will be pouncing on the dragon, which I think so, and I feel that we should do that.
For sure.
Because, of course, we can't compare apple and oranges. We are a democratic country and they are a communistic country. So lots of things can happen when democracy is there. So today, with the Honorable Prime Minister, who's got a very good vision, the point is very important. There are many forces which are pulling apart that many of the things might not happen. That's very important, that we need to all take it forward. And I'm very happy to be here. And I'm very happy that I met you. And I'm very happy to meet everybody who's on the dais. They are very much grounded and I think very positive, and I think we are going to help you a lot along, and whatever small thing what we can do, and everybody else surely will join to do this together. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, once again. And I want a last word from Hetal on today, because Hetal has really been a great colleague. I met him in 2007 when I started my publishing, and it has been a lovely journey. And it's like family today. We never knew each other, but one commonality came that we are both REC alumni, and our alumnus is getting strong. The SVNIT Surat here, and I have a very strong global alumni of the REC Kurukshetra, which is now the NIT Kurukshetra. We call it the NITKA, up there in NCR. In fact, it's very funny that my guys have built an infrastructure called the NITKA Tower in Gurgaon. And they want all these, and this is probably the first project of its kind to brand an institution. So crazy guys, from Kurukshetra. We used to call ourselves wreckers, We used to put the W in bracket, because notorious fellows from Kurukshetra, and also very intelligent, So that notoriety is gone. Everybody has now used the intelligence. And see, between the IITs and NITs, I'm a little proud because we had a mini India. Compared to IITs, of course, we have nothing against them. But then, a lot of migration, IITs end up actually helping the other countries. But we more, I would say, in a 60-40 ratio, 60 to 70% of the REC people are helping both public sector and private sector. I'm one of the few who neither I'm here or there, because I'm a media man, so I'm both sides. I'm helping and I can bring them together. And I'm thankful to have both the public sector and the private sector in all my awards. And Hetal has to tell me, a little bit about today's day, but for sure, this journey, a few words on this journey,
Thank you, Professor. Congratulations to all the winners this juncture. Friends, what he rightly said, we started journey, myself and Professor started, I think, the inertia journey at the same time.
Yeah.
2007.
Absolutely.
We met first time. That was also coincidence.
And we never knew each other before that. By the way.
That was also coincidence. I was heading energy committee in Southern Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry at that time. And he wrote 2-3 letters. He didn't got any response. And one fine day morning, he called the chamber. And somebody told him that if you want to talk about energy, talk to Hetal Mehta. And that way we started our journey the day one. And till date, I think more than 150 conferences or seminars we have organized, attended, targeted the people, motivated the people in energy sector and now in infrastructure.
Right.
There are many things I think we can do together. In the morning also, I told one thing, at individual level, we all are very excellent in this country. But when we come together, we are a big problem in this country. like in other country, individuals are nothing. They are zero. But they come on the platform, they are excellent. So that equation we have to change, we need to change here, and that's what all of us, the motive is. And I think by this type of awards, by this type of seminar, by this type of conclave, we are just igniting the spark. I think that is what our job is, and the rest will take care automatically. Thank you very much once again. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for the day, and I want to see more power. And as we go along with this Markenomy Award must grow. And I'm very thankful that I started my career from Gujarat. I worked with Nanubhai Amin, of Jyoti. So that's what, I think one lady has a question here,
For a few words.
Yeah, surely.
If allowed.
Yeah.
Thank you for your wisdom words, all the jury members. I, Ms. Neha, on behalf of Mr. Milind Deshmukh and Associates family, I would like to thank you all for inviting us over here. I think we are the only family members who are present over here other than the dignitaries. We are 7 of us over here. As rightly said by Ms. Rita, it's a women power which is leaded. To speak about the award winner, he is a gem of a person, a very dynamic personality. But other than him, it's his better half, Ms. Suvarna, who's also present over here, who has a very big round of applause for her, who has also helped him with his success heights. Mr. Vijay Vani, who's also present over here, who's his guide, his mentor for the entire project. And also, as rightly said by Mr. Iyer, 2 of his associates are also present, Mr. Samir, he himself, and Mr. Prasad, sitting over there, who all of them I think are very determined personalities who have helped him with this project, and a very big round of applause for all of them.
Sure.
Thank you.
What Hetal had said, if we all agree, because I'm very informal many times, because I don't consider that we have to two formal, one family. Anybody wants to ask anything? Or I will put things up here, right?
Can I say something?
Yes.
First question. I mean, they're talking about the airports, and of course I share finance and everybody for the airports. I was, wanted to tell them that if they, my suggestion, because I see such beautiful airports, the infrastructure is so good inside. Can it be made more Indian outside? I mean, that will look very good and very interesting, because all over the world where we go, the airports are same looking from outside. I think that's a suggestion maybe could be given, keeping the all infrastructure inside the same as with the modern world.
Very good suggestion, ma'am. Because when we enter Bhutan, that airport is unique, although it's not state of the art, they are trying to build it, but it has a Bhutanese look, Yeah? Sir, you have some views on this? It's a good suggestion.
Thank you for your suggestion, madam. What I would like to probably highlight is, just talk about Mumbai as the Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. The theme of Mumbai International Airport was a peacock. A peacock is a national bird. That's how we have evolved ourselves. That's how the whole airport has actually come around. And to protect everything, we have our patriotic feeling. What is it? It's our Indian flag. And we have one of the highest Indian flag, which is flying 24/7, gives you those patriotic inner energy once you are approaching to our airport. But your suggestion is well taken, madam, and I'm sure in coming probably structures, this could definitely add in a feather more. One. Second, not only this, all our Independence Days, all our patriotic feelings, all our Indian cultures, we have a lovely art wall right into the airport, which constitutes bits and parts of the whole of our Indian states. And believe me, I would be pleasure in case anybody would like to probably call me up, and a route and a tour for the whole of the art wall, and you will definitely enjoy what India actually would like to reflect to the whole world. Thank you, madam. Suggestions very well taken.
Yeah, another thing, I want to put something up, when all this came, morning also I mentioned that, we are this small little country, and I think Modi ji first went to Bhutan, and it was our issue of May, exactly when he came up, because we generally print it on 20th. 16th May was the winning day. 26th, I think he took the oath, and we wrote, and we published the issue, quickly sent to him, and it was that the cover story said, first Bhutan, Nepal, SAARC. And he went there. And I'm going to tell you that we and Hetal are now, since 2008, working on that hydro issues and all that. We have to learn a lot from them. The country doesn't work on the GDP model. It talks about gross national happiness. Important to measure that idea. But there's one little thing which I added, gross national harmony and happiness. Because without harmony, there is no happiness. So this very unique celebration of India is essential. And that harmony part is very essential, because happiness will not come without harmony, whether it's a family, or whether it's a country, or whether it's a universe. So this harmonious stuff, and we are probably the biggest, I would say, conglomeration of all type of people, races, communities, religions, you name it and we are there. And biggest melting pot on the planet. We are a world unto ourselves, and we probably do not realize it. And I see the fundamental principle, what Bhutan is saying, is actually practiced by us, but we are not able to express it and share it. Because we are gross national happiness people ourselves. If you look at our philosophy, has made us do that for all these years subconsciously. But I think somewhere down the line, a young neighbor, a very small country with only 7 lakh population, my Dombali is 11 lakh, 12 lakhs. Okay, Surat will be more than that, Yeah, 5 million. So I'm saying, see, these small countries can also set example. We're looking up to big countries. Environmental example, they have no coal-based power, for example. All is renewable energy, right? It starts with hydro and others, So basically, I feel, we need to have a thought on these issues, how we drive our economy, what we are doing with our carbon footprint directly. this discussion is going on, but a simple idea like Deshmukh's zero discharge and driving with renewable and all, and going forward with it, and then making that model, and model is available. One person has done it. Millions can do in the construction business, provided they look at what he is doing. But this will not happen without a little support and policy construct, which we are working on actually. And for ports, all these environmental issues will come up every day, But I tell you that the port, the Krishnapatnam port and the Adani port would be probably the largest employers, in the long run of this kind of projects, in the infrastructure. And I remember, I want to invoke one person's thought, and it is Mr. K. Venkatraman, the current managing director of Larsen & Toubro Limited. I interviewed him long time back. And he told me, Professor Iyer, for me, projects build a nation. And fully agreed, absolutely. Because you make a retail mall, it doesn't build a nation, right? You make anything else, it doesn't build a nation. But the GVK airport, it builds a nation, It actually gives you the pride that you are from India. And you also set up an example of that infrastructure. A port like Krishnapatnam or Adani makes you proud. And also, it makes you go there. It gives jobs, it transforms lives of people, it brings up a new economy in the region, This has happened over and over and over again. And if we understand this, and I think a little bit of concern for the environment, sure, not the type of environmental things that we are discussing, but definite concern for environment, because in the long run, I tell you, if we damage the environment, we are also damaging the port, we are also going to damage everything. So I think we ourselves, is like a self-obligatory, like in media, we say freedom of expression, Article 19 of the Constitution, you have it and you go ahead. But then I have to impose self-discipline, where I cannot do, I'm sorry, I can openly say the AIB, that's not in my head, People say freedom, and I don't think that kind of stuff can be of any value. So we need to see what creates value. What creates value for the country is essential. And the only thing that creates value is project development, build up, and we also go back to manufacturing in that sense, because whatever equipments you have, today we are importing most of this construction machinery. It has to come that slowly the Make in India helps us to bring the construction machinery and technology into this country. So there's a lot of opportunity in all these areas. And Pranav wants to say something, and I would like him to also say a few words. Pranav Mehta is with us, old friend of mine. And you have a few words. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
My association with Professor Iyer started the same way in 2007 when I was in natural gas and CNG area, and I came from the petroleum sector, from Reliance Petroleum. But then, jyot se jyot chale, jaise his energy was more energizing whenever I meet him. So, and also I would like to join the issue with Hetal Bhai when he said that as individuals we are great but not. So I am now focusing more on solar, graduated from CNG to solar. And with the success of Gujarat, people told me that you should think more not of Gujarat but the country, and that is how we have now formed the National Solar Energy Federation of India, and in that number of people have joined. But more importantly than that federation is that we are heard by Government of India, in which we said that we should have a large volume so that investments will come, steady large volume. Then we should have spread like mobile throughout the country. So that is also heard, and the country has now, under the Honorable Prime Minister, increased the target to 100,000 megawatts of solar, consisting of decentralized, that you talked about, 40,000 megawatts of rooftop. So all these are good news, but there are implementation challenges, as he rightly pointed out, that unless transmission is there, all these 100,000 megawatts, what will we do with, where will we send? So, but in short, people coming under one umbrella is helping us in a big way, and I see a lot of synergy amongst all of us.
Yeah. Like I tell you, we also formed the Renewable Energy Promotion Association much before this came, and this is an umbrella body, as I explained. Hetal and me have been leading, but we are a little conservative. We are very clear, like we are not we're looking at the entire portfolio. Solar is definitely the fronting because we were the ones who said 50 gigawatt, 60 gigawatt that time. You remember? So it is finally, it is made 5 times of that. Shyam Saranji, the former principal advisor to the earlier Prime Minister in climate change, was part of that meeting in 2009 where we all were there, and it changed dramatically. I produced a white paper which Saurabhai launched here, and these are all evidences available who were at the helm of the affairs. And I can tell you that 11.3% of this commitment were done by REPA companies. And that the first company was Sun Edison, 12,500 megawatt. Second number pe tha was Gamesa at 10,000 megawatt, including wind and solar. And there was Green Brilliance, our friend Vineet, who is the chair of my solar, and he was 5,000 megawatt. And I gave 200 megawatt of rooftops ourselves. And RPO Summit, we called them. So I mean to say, I am a little bit of a skeptic on this. You know what? 100 gigawatt was signed. But what did Obama do? He came and committed 2 billion. How much you need? So now come to that fact. So when those guys were talking about this, they're not committing. Question them. So don't be yes men, you know. So federations which make lobbying around and become yes men are dangerous, and I'm always warning that, you know. So you know, you can't be yes, yes, yes everywhere. Yeah. When Prakash Javadekar ji came, I was not going to say yes to him. He came to my forum. He suddenly came. He had all these eminent people. We had only 70 people inside. And we told the minister that, come on, 400 ppm carbon is in the environment. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to tell Mr. Piyush Goyal what to do? So I think performance of his ministry is going to be matched, and we're going to go for that. I can assure you that now my role and my media's role has changed, because we were one. We gave awards to Modi ji 7 times and in a row, and that was for ENERTIA, 2 times now for this, but that doesn't stop us from telling the truth. So that is where we come, and we want him to succeed. We are very clear, we want this country to succeed. So, but it should not happen that we only say quack, quack, we open our mouth and achieve nothing. You know, for 100 gigawatt, we need today 116 billion in solar. Totally, if all the renewable energy is to be executed, we need $400 billion US. Where it is going to come? Your foreign exchange reserve is $350 billion, of which $200 billion you will use for reserving the World Bank loan. आपको World Bank का loan लौटाना है, उसके लिए $200 billion चाहिए. फिर आपको कोयला खरीदना है, आपको क्रूड खरीदना है, आपको edible oil खरीदना है. India is the largest importer of edible oil. जो तेल आप रोटी खाना बनाते हैं, वो भी आप import कर रहे हैं. तो will we remain an importing economy? तो मैं तो ये सारे सवाल पूछने के मूड में हूँ, ठीक है. तो इसका सोल्यूशन जब निकालेंगे उस दिन मैं कहूँगा कि हम सुपर पावर हो गए. अभी मैं मतलब बहुत ऑप्टिमिस्ट हूँ, जबरदस्त, लेकिन मैं उतना वो नहीं हूँ, उतना नाइव नहीं हूँ कि मैं चुप रहूँ. तो दिस इज व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मैम.
One more thing which I was wanting to say as we are going on this economy, can we do the next request is with Mr. Patel and with you, with Professor Iyer, to do a program in Odisha that inspect as we are
ready ma'am,
for
anytime.
22 years.
We need your help.
In spite of all the mineral resources and everything, and we have been there for 22 years, what is the reason that we cannot reach the,
I agree
the
with you.
moon? And there's the poverty which we need to elevate. Because I believe, as they all say, that the rich are getting richer,
Absolutely.
and the poor are getting poor. We need to bridge that gap, and it's very important that the industry takes off there with the right note, so that the people can get trained there, and that's why I would like you to do that with that heading, along with that, however you want to do it.
Sure, ma'am.
All right.
I'm with you, and I'll come. And one last word in that green energy commitment, Professor, 1 megawatt was required, and Milind Deshmukh's 1 megawatt is also there. While I talked about that big things, he is also in the green energy commitment, which we handed over on 9th to the Prime Minister. And we were the highest association with least members. I'm very proud to say we have only 20 members approximately who have done this 11% in the country. So watch that. You're my friend and colleague. You understand what I'm saying today. Or pratyaksh ko praman nahi. Congratulations.
Sir, on behalf of Suraj Engineering Vikas Association and the team available over here,
Right.
we congratulate Markenomy and the step you have taken for infrastructure awards.
Absolutely.
And one thing is lacking entire in country, that we are lacking behind in the infrastructure.
Yes.
We are behind developing the infrastructure. But don't you think that we should think about the available utilization, better utilization of available infrastructure?
100%,
Public
that is
infrastructure
also
and
there. 100%, this issue is there.
We should brainstorm on that, and we should change the mind of people for a better utilization of available infrastructure.
That is there. It is like our question in energy as well. We are talking of energy efficiency. See, today, 35% of electricity is consumed by air conditioners. And you are using adiabatic cooling even today. So why don't we think in that direction? It's an engineering topic. I did not want to raise it. But ये सबसे बड़ा energy guzzler है आपका. You know what that 3-star, 4-star, 5-star and all is absolute fraud. There is no 3-star. कौन check करता है 6 महीने के बाद इसका क्या है करके? अगर आप उसको निकालेंगे तो ये देश का सबसे बड़ा fraud निकलेगा. तो बहुत सारे topic हैं जो आप कह रहे हैं. वो utilization of energy is very important. Same way utilization of infrastructure. We have to become efficient users of what we have and sustainers of the environment. For sure with that. And I also congratulate all the people who have supported us today. Because this is a difficult award. So mood is not very good. So we have to increase the mood. So it is Yash, Enclave, Rachna Enterprises, my own thing, Eco Dwellings, SREI, Patel Engineering, all of them, thanks. And thanks to SEVA for partnering us. And definitely a very big thanks to Rakesh Bhai for being a great host and a lovely host. And we love you, Rakesh Bhai. Once again, I hope more number of such presidents, we develop a relationship with this organization, GCCI, because it was one of the earliest bodies in the country. And we congratulate GCCI for the facility that they have given us once again. Thank you once again, all over here.